Disney, figure it out. It's ridiculous. I love y'all, but it's ridiculous. And everybody thinks so. So there you go. Well, hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Jen. I travel, I do lifestyle vlogs, I talk about all kinds of things. And today we're going to talk about Disney Cruise Line versus Celebrity Cruise Line. We're going to do a little bit of a head-to-head. We're going to go through several different categories, including food, entertainment, overall vibe, cabin quality, price. I'm going to tell you where I think each cruise line excels and where each one has a little bit of work to do, and I'm really glad you're here. So this is a little bit unfair because I have only been on one celebrity cruise. It's why I was hesitant to even make this video, but you all who are regular Disney people, a lot of you have been looking at Celebrity kind of going, I wonder if I would like that line. So this video is really for you because it is a very good cruise line. My friend Christy basically was begging me to try one. She was like, listen, I really, really think you're going to like it. They're about the same in terms of what they offer. Price is about the same. Although I hear a lot of people telling me that they think Disney is so much more expensive than Celebrity. That is not my experience. I will grant you, I tend to sail in off-peak times, but my Celebrity cruise for a 3-night and my Disney cruise for a recent 3-night were priced pretty much the same. And I was on the newer class of ship on both cruise line. I don't see a huge difference. I know Celebrity does have sometimes some pretty big sales, but to me, they're priced really similarly, especially if you're someone that can be a little bit flexible in your dates. There are deals to be had with Disney and there are deals to be had with Celebrity. But if you compare apples to apples, new ships to new ships, they're priced very similarly. So I want to get that, what I feel like is a myth about Celebrity, that it's so much cheaper or that Disney is so much more expensive. No, they're priced very similarly. So that's just my opinion. You may disagree. Always welcome if it's done politely. Okay, so let's start with the pre-booking process. Disney has a very easy pre-booking process, in my view. Now, granted, I've taken over 15 Disney cruises, so I know my way around. If I were coming in, it was my very first cruise, I might not feel that way, but I feel like they do a really good job of making it really obvious when your booking window happens, how you can book things in advance, all the things. Celebrity, on the other hand, drove me crazy leading up to our trip. So many add-ons, so many emails. Did we want to add on the beach club? Did we want to add on the hire this? Did we want to add on this? Oh, today, flash sale. Do you want to add this thing? You only got 24 hours. Oh, like email after email after email drove me bonkers. So for pre-booking, the winner in what it's like before you actually leave for your cruise is Disney Cruise Line. Much easier, did not get bombarded with upsell emails, it felt so cheap to me, honestly, the way that Celebrity treated us in the days leading up to our cruise. And not only that, it was very challenging to figure out what you were even agreeing to pay for. So I'm out on all that noise. Celebrity, y'all need to fix that. Very annoying. Disney wins this category by a mile. Next category, embarkation. Bless. Disney, bless you. You've got to fix your embarkation process. We got on our Celebrity cruise, and if you watched the video, you saw my astonishment. The way that it was orderly, we whisked through security. Our muster drill was watching a video and checking in, and that was it. Within 10 minutes of being on board, our vacation had started. Compare that to Disney. That is one of the only cruise lines that still does a traditional muster drill, even though there's absolutely no reason for them to do it. Their terminals feel chaotic. The boarding process can feel chaotic. There are long lines. It's just not good. So for this cruiser, no questions asked. No, to me, it's not even a fair fight. It is so obvious who the winner is. For onboarding and embarkation, the clear winner is Celebrity Cruise Line. Y'all, they have figured it out. They know how to move people much more efficiently. You would think Disney would be the leaders in that based on the theme park history, but evidently not. And the whole muster drill thing was so much better. The way that we were able to leave our bags in our rooms, so we weren't schlepping all our bags around at lunch and all the things, we could get into our rooms immediately, dump our bags, go to lunch, and the vacation literally began within 10 minutes of getting on board the ship. No notes, celebrity. You were impeccable. You absolutely won this category. Congratulations. Disney, figure it out. It's ridiculous. I love y'all, but it's ridiculous. And everybody thinks so. So there you go. All right. Our next category is food. Now, it pains me to say this. And I'm not a big foodie. And even I think this. The food on Celebrity is better than the food on Disney by kind of a lot. There are better options. There's more flexibility. There's a more relaxed vibe because they have more dining rooms, so people are spread out. You have lots of smaller venues. The food quality was better. The service was better. The things that they offered outside of the regular dining rooms were better. The buffet was better. Like, I don't do the buffet at all on Disney because gross. But on Celebrity, it didn't feel gross to me. It felt lovely and non-germy, and it was actually a quality experience. So aside from room service, which I do have to give Celebrity a bit of a tick down on that because they do charge for their room service, which I love me some room service on Disney Cruise Line. And hear me, I do like the food on Disney Cruise Line, but it has gone downhill over the years. And the winner in the food category for me, don't give me hate in the comments, is Celebrity Cruise Line. You guys are doing it right. And the customer service we got, my friend Christy has a very severe allergy. And the way that they treated her, that customer service was just above and beyond anything I've ever seen on Disney Cruise Line. And Disney Cruise Line does some pretty good customer service. So in terms of the food, the quality of the dining rooms, how quiet the dining rooms were, the variety of choices, the food buffet area, all of the things, I am giving this category to Celebrity Cruise Line. Sorry. Again, no hate, please. No hate. Celebrity Cruise Line wins. Okay, now let's move on to entertainment. Okay, so if you are a Disney fan, which I'm kind of assuming you are if you're watching this video, maybe you're not. Maybe you're a celebrity person trying to decide if Disney would be right for you. It's hard to beat the Disney entertainment. Disney entertainment is such a high caliber Broadway style shows. You've got, of course, Disney IP. So if you're someone who loves Disney music like I do, I don't like Disney music. I adore Disney music. I listen to Disney music all day long. I listen to acoustic Disney music and piano Disney music and classical versions of Disney music. Love it, love it, love it. So for me, the entertainment on Disney Cruise Line, this was a slam dunk. It's going to go to Disney. Having said that, so the winner is Disney. Yay, Disney, you won entertainment. Celebrity was really good. They felt much more like Vegas quality shows to me. The entertainers were fabulous. I loved that they had things at a bunch of different venues, including some smaller venues. The quality of the dancers and the vocalists, and I used to be a vocalist. I was a singer for a really long time. So very good. The imagination behind the shows, in that regard, it felt a lot like Virgin Voyages. If you've ever sailed Virgin, that was the one bright spot for me about Virgin Voyages was their entertainment. Very creative, very imaginative, loved. I mean, no notes. The shows were all fabulous. Having said that, how can you beat some of the Disney entertainment? I mean, I'm thinking of booking on the Treasure and the Destiny, even though I don't like those class of ships, simply to see the two shows that are on those ships because I've heard that they're so incredible. It's Moana and Hercules. Disney wins. Having said that, also good on Celebrity. You guys, it really surprised me how good the entertainment was. So if you sail Celebrity and you're a normal Disney person and you're like, oh, I'm just going to skip the shows, don't skip the shows. They're really, really good. So well done, Celebrity. Disney still wins. Okay. Next category. Are you ready? This is big. Cabin quality. Okay. This one was tough. And I'm trying to be fair because I'm trying to compare, I like all of the I like the Dream class Disney ships best, but I've also sailed on the Magic and the Wonder, and I've also sailed on the Wish. I would say if you're looking at like the Dream class ships or certainly the Magic and the Wonder, Celebrity wins on their newer ships for cabin quality. It was a beautiful stateroom. It was a quiet stateroom. It was very well appointed. The bathroom was beautiful. It was absolutely lovely. It actually felt closer to what you get on Viking, which is actually a luxury line, than what you get on Disney. Such good quality in the staterooms. It's just designed really, really well. I do understand Disney's catering more towards children, although Celebrity also has children on board. So that, not as many as Disney caters to, but still. Cabin quality, I am giving a slight edge to Celebrity, even on the newer ships. I love the Wish. I love the older ships on Disney still have a shower curtain. Ew, don't get me started. The Wish, the bathrooms are really lovely, but overall room quality and kind of how I felt when I walked in, I am giving this category, again, this might surprise some of you, to Celebrity Cruise Line. Really lovely. Haven't sailed the older ships, so you comment below what you think. Like if we were to compare apples to apples, like the Magic and the Wonder maybe compared to the Celebrity older ships, what do you think? But for the newer ships, I am giving Celebrity the Room Quality Award. Congratulations, Celebrity. I hope it brings you much joy and happiness. There's actually no award, sorry. All right, let's talk about ship spaces. Oh, this one is tough, y'all. This one is tough because I love me a beautiful Disney ship, and Disney has done such a good job with so many of their ships. And I have been on some of those ships so often that they feel like home to me. But from a design perspective, design only, take Disney or not Disney completely out of it. Again, I am giving the award for design to Celebrity Cruise Line. Y'all, this ship was bonkers. The fact that they had real plants, not everywhere, but most everywhere, the plants that you were looking at were real. The art on board, the quality of materials in the different venues, everything from just like the furnishings being super individual. The design felt so intentional, and a lot of the spaces were so well curated and absolutely lovely. And as someone who is like an armchair interior designer, I just like watching videos about it, basically. I was wowed by the Celebrity Ascent. It is an absolutely beautiful ship. Now, I will say, the adult areas, if you're going to count that as ship spaces, so maybe like do a subcategory, I would say it depends. I did not love, and I should have done spa as a separate category, but we'll do it here in ship spaces. I did not love the spa area. The rainforest room on all of the Disney ships is my favorite place. It feels very exclusive and quiet and lovely. It is adults only, as it is on Celebrity, but I didn't love it on Celebrity. I had trouble relaxing. It felt a little cold. I just didn't love it. They didn't have any music playing, and I still to this day don't know if that was just like a fluke on the day that I was in there, but there should be music playing in a spa area, right? So for the spa category, so for overall ship spaces, I'm giving it to Celebrity Ascent. But if I had started out with a separate category for the spa, I would have given the spa award to Disney Cruise Line because nothing beats the rainforest room for me. I've also been in the spa area on Viking, which we're going to talk about that later because I have a Viking cruise coming up. And that really wins across like all categories. I can't even tell you. Viking Ocean, not river, Viking Ocean. Their spa area is ridiculous. Wait, Jen, this video isn't about that. Get back on track. So for the spa area, I'm giving it to Disney. For all other overall ship spaces, I'm giving the award to Celebrity Ascent. So good, so beautiful, so well designed. Very, very well done. All right, let's talk about the one that might be the most controversial that I'm going to talk about, especially for celebrity fans that are watching this video, and that is the overall vibe of the ship. Disney cruises are very friendly spaces. It is possibly because there's a lot of families, although I see so many adults only doing Disney Cruise Line. It is possible because when we get on board, we all have this sort of shared love of Disney culture, Disney music, Disney entertainment. It's possible that it's things like, I generally tend to hang out with people that are also Disney Vacation Club members. And there's kind of this, like the trivia and all the things. But I did not feel like Celebrity was nearly as friendly. I sail by myself a lot. I was with my friend Christy on this trip, but Disney is just friendlier. And that could be by design, right? Because Celebrity, maybe people want to stay to themselves more and not really chat or whatever. But Viking is also very chatty, people on a Viking cruise. So I don't really know why it felt that way. It could have been because it was a 3-night. Again, I am very open to you sharing a different experience. But Celebrity felt the people felt a little cold to me. People were not striking up conversations in the pool area. Everyone just seemed to be sticking to their own immediate party, which there's nothing in the world wrong with that. To be frank, Christy and I were kind of sticking to ourselves too. But the times when I was alone on the ship, where I was like meeting Christy early or we went our own separate ways, I didn't get the same warm and friendly vibe. Interestingly, the only really great conversation I had, and I generally do have really good conversations on cruises with people that I had not met before. I don't like to call them strangers, but people I had not met before, was with a couple in the little cafe outside the adult areas. And guess what? They're DVC members and Platinum Disney cruisers. And we struck up a great conversation and it was lovely. But overall, it did not have the same friendly vibe for me that Disney Cruise Line does. So having said that, what's really interesting is I thought about which line would I recommend for solo cruisers. And that could be kind of its own, definitely could be like its own category, right? In fact, let's make it its own category. Which one won for solo cruising? Which is challenging for me to say because I didn't actually do a solo cruise. But I will tell you, sitting here right now, if I was going to book a solo cruise and the prices were the same and the itineraries were the same, I would 100% choose Disney over Celebrity. Not to say that I couldn't have a lovely time, but I think I would get lonely. Celebrity seemed to have a lot of larger groups that were very connected and fewer solo travelers. I always run into a ton of either solo travelers on Disney Cruise Line or people that are sailing with their kids and their kids have gone off somewhere and they never see them the whole ship. So it's kind of like they're a solo traveler. And on Celebrity, I could tell almost immediately that it would be a very solitary experience for me. Now, don't get this picture of me that I'm like chatting it up with everybody I see on a cruise ship. I'm, believe it or not, a kind of an introverted person, but I do like to have like one-on-one conversations, right? Just like sitting, having a drink at a bar or whatever. Just like an interesting, like, where are you from? And I'm really curious about people's lives and their stories. And I have heard so many amazing stories traveling all over the world. So I really do like engaging people in that way. On Celebrity, that did not feel like something I would feel comfortable doing. I don't know what it was. It just almost a little bit like hoity-toity. Like people were like, don't talk to me, which on Disney Cruise Line, you never feel that way. And it's not about money because as we've already discussed, they're very similarly priced, but there was just something about the clientele on Celebrity that made people feel a little standoffish to me, and it wasn't exactly my vibe. Now let's talk about some fears you might have about Celebrity versus Disney. What I hear from celebrity people who are thinking of trying Disney is that they're very worried that it's just going to be screaming children 24/7, no quiet spaces, everything is going to be chaotic. And whilst some things are chaotic, the adult spaces on Disney Cruise Line are lovely and the entertainment is lovely. And you actually don't run into huge crowds of children as often as you think you will, especially if you sail in the off season. You just don't run into that. I have never run into that. If you're someone who can't stand to be around children ever, maybe don't do either cruise line because they both welcome children on board, although Disney does have a better reputation for their kids clubs. Although my friend Christy was saying the kids clubs on Celebrity, her son absolutely loves them, so maybe that reputation isn't warranted. But yeah, I have never felt on a Disney cruise that I was just surrounded by screaming children all the time. It's just not true. So if you're a Celebrity person and you really enjoy Celebrity and you've been thinking of trying Disney, I would try Disney and I would see what you think. And then maybe you have a YouTube channel and you could make a video about it. Now for my Disney folks, and this is who I'm going to spend the majority of the rest of the video talking about, who are thinking of trying Celebrity, try. See what you think. I think a 3-night like what I did is a good way to kind of get your feet wet. One of the reasons why I did it is I'm kind of interviewing them for an Alaskan cruise. And I can tell you, I would not hesitate to do an Alaskan cruise with Celebrity. Actually, one of my sons and his partner want to do an Alaska cruise, and we're hoping to do that in the next couple of years. And I think Celebrity would be a great choice for that party. Neither of them are as into Disney as I am, and I think they would be really happy with Celebrity. For adults only, Celebrity is fantastic. Even with kids, again, check Christy's content. I'll put the link to her podcast down in the description box because she's done several videos about that. But y'all, it is a lovely, Celebrity is a lovely cruise line. You will have a great time. You will love the food. You will love the entertainment. You will not be surrounded by drunk people all the time. I know because Disney doesn't have a drinks package. Several of you have voiced to me that you get concerned that it's just, people, it's like spring break in Daytona 24/7. That is not the vibe I got from Celebrity at all. Now, did I see a few people that were inebriated? Yes. Not nearly as many as I saw on our one Virgin Voyages cruise, by the way. It seemed like a very much more subdued crowd. I never felt like things were rowdy. Even in the, adult-only venues in the evenings, it wasn't a rowdy crowd. It was a very fun crowd, and we had a really good time. And I think if you like the quality of Disney, you will really, really be happy if you sail Celebrity, especially with that whole embarkation muster drill thing. Oh my God, Disney, get it together. Like, why are we still doing that? Why is that still such a miserable experience? Now that I know that there's another way to do that, I don't know. It's going to make me mad every time I get on a Disney cruise. I'll get over it. I'll get over it super, super fast because I still love me some Disney Cruise Line. But also, I have found a cruise line that I think I will absolutely sail again, and I really, really loved it. Again, would I sail them solo? Probably not. Although if I was really burnt out and I just wanted some time alone, that might be the better choice depending on the deal you could get, because Celebrity does have some solo cabins on a few of their ships. So maybe consider that. It just didn't feel like the right vibe for what I usually get out of a solo cruise, which I love doing on Disney so very, very much. I hope this was helpful. Put your questions down in the comments below. Subscribe if you haven't. This video and all my videos has been brought to you by my fabulous patrons. Do you agree with my assessments? Do you disagree with my assessments? Those of you that are experienced in either cruise line, chime in the comments respectfully and understanding that it's your opinion. Remember the scene in Inside Out 2, or is that an Inside Out 1? I guess Inside Out 1. Facts and opinions all over the ground, getting confused. They're not facts. It's your opinion, but please feel free to share it. And I hope whatever you're doing, you're finding joy. And I will see you in the next video.